Assalamu alaikum. Bilal Technology Wala here once again with another topic in conversation with SESAME, how to master the art of negotiation in daily life. Let me take into the call.
Hi, what's going on?
I am going to discuss with you another topic, how to master the art of negotiation in daily life.
Negotiation. It's everywhere, right? Not just in boardrooms. What sparked this topic for you today?
So, how would you define negotiation?
Well, from what I've gathered, it's basically a conversation aimed at reaching an agreement when two or more people have different needs or desires. It's not necessarily about winning or being cutthroat, more about finding a mutually acceptable outcome. Though sometimes it feels like that, huh? What's your take?
So, please, would you not pose any question?
Noted. My apologies.
Why,
Negotiation is
why is negotiation an important skill for personal and professional success?
all right, fair. It's important because honestly, life is just a series of negotiations. Personally, it helps you get what you want, whether it's splitting chores fairly or snagging a better deal. Professionally, it impacts everything from salary to project scope to client relationships. Basically, it's about advocating for yourself and reaching outcomes that benefit everyone involved. It builds trust and prevents resentment too. Does that land?
Yes, it is. How can active listening improve negotiation outcomes?
Okay, so active listening, huge. When you truly hear the other person, like actually hear their needs and concerns, not just waiting for your turn to talk, you can tailor your approach. It builds rapport, lets you spot their underlying motivations, and often reveals areas of flexibility you wouldn't have found otherwise. People are more likely to compromise when they feel understood. It's kind of like you got to know what makes them tick before you can find a middle ground.
How can preparation and research influence the negotiation process?
Massively. Going in cold is a recipe for disaster. Research gives you leverage. Knowing the other party's needs, their potential alternatives, their past behavior, it arms you with information. Preparation helps you define your own best achievable outcome and your walkaway point so you don't get flustered and agree to something you'll regret. It's
Mm,
like bringing a map to a hike.
what role does empathy play in effective negotiation?
Empathy's key. It's not about agreeing with them, but understanding their perspective. Seeing things from their side allows you to anticipate their reactions, address their concerns effectively, and craft solutions that actually resonate with them. It shifts the dynamic from adversarial to collaborative. People respond well to someone who seems to genuinely care about their needs, even during a disagreement. It de escalates things. No
How
problem.
good a negotiator handle conflicts or disagreements while negotiating?
Good negotiators don't shy away from conflict. They manage it. They stay calm, focus on the issues, not personalities, and reframe disagreements as opportunities to find creative solutions. They acknowledge the other person's feelings without necessarily agreeing with them. And they're good at separating the people from the problem. It's all about keeping things constructive, not letting it devolve into a shouting match. Does that make
So, will
sense?
you please take a conversation in which a negotiation is happening and there one is going to be a good negotiator, and you may take a two students example.
All right, let's do it. Here's a scenario. Two students, Anya and Ben, are forming a study group for a tough statistics class. They both want to meet Tuesdays and Thursdays, but Anya needs the sessions to be 6 to 8 p.m. due to her job, and Ben has a soccer practice until 7 p.m. Anya, okay. So Tuesdays and Thursdays work for both of us, right? I was thinking 6 to 8 p.m. Ben, yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays are good, but I have soccer practice until 7. So 6 p.m. is tough for me. Anya, oh, okay. That's a bummer. It's just that I have a shift at work I can't move. Ben, right, work's important. Hmm. Maybe we could push it back to 7:30 to 9:30 on those days. Anya, 7:30? I'm worried that's going to be too late for me with work the next day. I'd be exhausted. Ben, I get that. Okay, how about this? Tuesday we do 7 to 9 p.m. and Thursday we do 6 to 8 p.m. That way we both get a time that mostly works. Anya, that's a really good compromise. I can make 7 to 9 work on Tuesdays if Thursday is 6 to 8. That's genuinely helpful. Thanks for working with me on that. Ben, no problem. Glad we figured it out. It's good to get this sorted early before the first assignment hits. See how Ben handled that? He acknowledged Anya's constraint, offered alternatives instead of just saying no, and ultimately proposed a solution where both of them felt heard and got a reasonably good outcome. It wasn't about winning.
Mm,
You're welcome.
What
Anything else?
what are the outcomes from this conversation?
Good question. The main outcome is a mutually agreeable study schedule. Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. and Thursdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Beyond that, they built a little bit of rapport and established a collaborative tone for their study group. They both ended the conversation feeling like their needs were considered. It wasn't a perfect solution, both had to adjust slightly, but it was a functional one. It also laid the groundwork for hopefully smoother negotiations down the road, when more tricky issues pop up in the class. That's a good start, really.
So, will you play the scenario where two co-workers are working together and they have to be one has to be a good negotiator? You may take a case study. Suppose the case study now.
All right, let's do a workplace scenario. Here we go. Liam and Chloe are both graphic designers at a small marketing agency. Their boss, Sarah, has assigned them to co-lead the design for a new campaign for a major client. Liam is more experienced and a bit of a perfectionist, while Chloe is newer to the agency but full of creative ideas. They start discussing the overall vision. Liam, okay, so I was thinking we should go with a really clean, minimalist aesthetic, something sophisticated and upscale to match a client's brand. So I already started sketching out some layouts. That sounds good, but I had a different idea. I was envisioning something bolder with more vibrant colors and playful illustrations. I think that would really grab people's attention. Liam, I'm not sure about that. The plan is pretty conservative. Bold and playful might be too risky. Chloe, I understand that, but I think it could really make us stand out. We could present a few options, including your minimalist design, and see what the client thinks. Hmm. But I'm worried we won't have time to develop multiple full concepts. It's a tight deadline. Chloe, okay. What if we start with your core minimalist design? And then I focus on adding some visual elements, maybe a striking color palette or a subtle illustrative texture to enhance it rather than creating a completely separate concept. That way, we have a solid foundation and some room to experiment. Liam, that actually sounds like a good compromise. It would let us explore a bit more creativity without completely abandoning the core aesthetic. Could add some depth. Chloe, great. And maybe we both can sketch out a few color palettes and illustrative textures and combine our talents. Liam, sure. Seems fair. Let's plan a quick check in tomorrow to share our ideas. Pause here. What are your thoughts so far?
I think the idea I have got from your conversation case study is compromise is the main thing in each scenario you posed. Either it would be the student's example or the example of the co-workers. So they have to come to a stage where everyone have to sacrifice something and accompany the others' ideas and incorporate them. Am I right?
Spot on. You're absolutely right.
So,
Compromise
will
is
we will be connecting with you soon with another topic. I hope the audience will like our conversation. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.